So you want to remodel your kitchen. You hop on Google, search kitchen remodel cost, and find articles saying that it's anywhere from $15,000 to $150,000. That's super helpful, right? Might as well tell you it costs somewhere between a Honda and a yacht. Let's break it down. I'm Blake, and welcome back to Built by Becker. I've been a contractor for over 15 years, and I've seen every type of budget, every kind of surprise, and just about every homeowner mistake you can make with money. That's why today I'm breaking down the real cost you're looking at for kitchens, bathrooms, and living spaces in 2026. We're also talking about the price increases from 2024 and how to avoid contractor scams, and one budget rule that could save your entire project. So stick around to the end for that last one. Before we dive in, if you own a home or you're thinking about remodeling one, I've got the ultimate guide to renovations. There's a link in my description to the Design Starter Kit. Now, we use this with our actual clients, and this will really help you shape, control, and govern your entire project, from ideas to designs to materials, so that any contractor you use will have a helpful guide from start to finish. Check it out. Let's break down these rooms, room by room, starting with the kitchen. And here's the truth about kitchens in 2026. If you're doing it right, you're looking at some real money. For a small to mid-sized kitchen, like 100 to 200 square feet, a basic remodel, while you're keeping the same layout but updating everything, you're looking at somewhere between $40,000 and $60,000. And before you choke on your coffee, let me break that down. That number includes new cabinets, new countertops, depending on whether you go with semi-custom, full custom, all these are gonna vary. The countertops is quartz running around $70 to $90 a square foot. And you're probably looking at 30 to 40 square feet minimal for that size of a kitchen. Now, if you add in new appliances, of course, you got to pay for those. Backsplash, flooring, lighting, plumbing fixtures, and all the labor to get it done. Now, these numbers start to add up really fast. And if you're in California, New York, or even Florida, you can probably add 20 to 30% to that cost. A kitchen this size costing anywhere between $40,000 to $75,000, $80,000. If you're in the Midwest, it's going to be a little bit less. But the reality is labor cost, permitting, and all these markets are just up. Now, on the flip side, if you're doing cosmetic refresh, like new countertops, new backsplash, maybe painting the cabinets, adding some hardware, you can get away with $15,000 to $30,000. Still not cheap, but way more manageable than a full gut job. Let's talk about bathrooms. Bathrooms are interesting because the square footage is really small, but the cost per square foot is high. And why? Because every surface is either tile or plumbing. There's no cheap drywall to hide behind. A full bathroom remodel, let's say a standard 5x8 bathroom, you're looking at anywhere between $15,000 to $30,000 for a nice renovation. That gets you a new shower, tub, new tile, vanities, countertops, new plumbing, toilet, lighting fixtures, flooring, all the good stuff. Now, a primary bathroom with a bigger footprint and higher end finishes, $30,000 to $60,000 easy. And that's if you want that spa experience with heated floors, freestanding soaking tub, walk-in showers with multiple jets and heads, custom tile work. Now, these can get you well over $75,000. Here's the thing about bathrooms. The fixtures matter more than you think. A basic toilet, basic, $250. A wall-hung smart toilet, bidet function, and heated seats, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And the same goes for shower systems. You can get a basic one for $700, $800, and you can also spend $7,000 to $8,000 on a custom set with body jets, rainfall heads, and all the digital features you could want. Now, my advice is splurge on the things you use every day, like the shower, the vanity, and good lighting, and save money on those things that are just for looks. Living room and other spaces. Living rooms are weird because remodeling a living room can mean a million different things. If you're talking cosmetic updates like new flooring, paint, and maybe some built-in shelving, you're looking at $10,000 to $20,000, depending on what size. If you're doing structural work, knocking down a wall, opening up the space, adding windows, moving electric, you're looking at $30,000 to $50,000. And basements, well, that's a whole different animal. Finishing a basement runs anywhere between $30 and $75 a square foot. So if you got a 1,000 square foot basement, you're looking at $30,000 to $75,000. And that's assuming that you don't have moisture issues, foundation problems, and any sort of other fun surprises that come with basements. The big takeaway here, the scope of work matters more than the room. A cosmetic update is always cheaper than moving walls, plumbing, or electrical. If you want to save money, work with the layout you have. Now, what's changed since 2024 and 2026? This is what's going to make you mad, but I'm going to tell you anyways, because you need to know. If you got a quote in 2024 and you're comparing that to what you're hearing in 2026, they're not the same thing. Costs have gone up, and not by a little. According to industry data, remodeling cost in 2025 jumped about 3.5% compared to 2024. That's higher than general inflation, which is hovering around 2.5 to 3. And that trend is continuing into 2026. What does that mean in real money? A kitchen that would have cost you $100,000 in 2024 is now going to cost you somewhere between $110,000 and $115,000. Same kitchen, just 2 years later. And why? Labor cost. There's a shortage of skilled tradespeople. Fewer young people are going into the trades. And the guy who's been doing it for 30 years, that's retiring, well, he's demanding a high amount of money. And the supply is low. Wages go up. And when wages get passed on to you, costs and tariffs are changing around this time too. There are tariffs on imported goods right now, specifically on things like cabinets, vanities, and certain building materials. Kitchen cabinets have a 50% import tax on them as late of 2025. What that means in practical terms, that cabinet package that used to cost $10,000 is now $12 to $13, and the manufacturers are not eating that cost. They're passing it on to distributors who pass it on to contractors who will pass it on to you. Lumber tariffs, steel tariffs, hardware tariffs, it all adds up. According to one analyst, just the cabinet and the vanity tariffs alone can add more than $300 to the cost of a bathroom remodel. Now that doesn't sound like much. If you're doing all 3 bathrooms, it adds up. So here's the bottom line. If you're sitting on a remodel, waiting for prices to come down, they're not coming down. They're probably going up. Not to scare you, just being honest. If you can afford to do it now. Don't wait till 2027. How to avoid contractor scams in the new market. That being said, when money gets tight and prices go up, the scammers come out. They know people are desperate to save money, and they prey on that. So let me give you a few red flags to watch for. Red flag number 1, door-to-door contractors. If someone knocks on your door and says, "Hey, I was just working on your neighbor's house and I noticed you need a new roof," run. Legitimate contractors usually don't go door to door looking for work. They have more business than they can handle. This is especially common after storms. These guys are called storm chasers. They roll into town, offer quick fixes at low prices, they take your deposit and disappear. Or they do shoddy work and you never see them again, and you'll never see your money again. Red flag number 2. Pay me now and we'll start later. Any contractor who asks for a full payment up front is not a contractor you want to work with, period. A deposit is normally 15 to 35%, and I can live with that. But if someone asks me for more than 50 before they've done any work, no, absolutely not. They will take your money, and they will order the material on credit, start the job, then disappear halfway through, and you're stuck with the unfinished project, no money left to hire somebody else to finish it. Always tie payments to milestones, like when demo is done, rough-in is done. You'll pay when the project is complete. Red flag number 3. No license, no insurance, no problem. If a contractor can't show you a valid license and proof of insurance, don't hire them. End of story. I don't care if your cousin's friend who does great work. I don't care if they're half the price of everyone else. If they get hurt on your property and don't have workman's comp, you're liable. If they screw up your plumbing and flood your house and they don't have liability insurance, you're paying for it. Red flag number 4. The estimate, way lower than everyone else's. If you get 3 quotes and 2 of them are around $100,000 and 1 is around $60,000, that $60,000 quote is not a deal. It's a scam. Either they're lowballing you to get the contract and they're going to hit you with change orders and upcharges that are going to amount to the same price you were bid in the first place. They might do terrible work with cheap materials or use unlicensed labor, and they're going to take your deposit and ghost you. Good contractors come in around the same because they're all dealing with the same material cost and labor cost. If someone's quote is 30 to 40% lower than everyone else's, there's a reason. And that reason is they're just not really nice. Either way, protect yourself by always getting multiple quotes, checking references and licenses, reading the contract, and paying in stages. Trust your gut. If something feels off, probably is. Emergency funds. Why you need an extra 20%. Okay, the last section of this video, I'm going to talk about the big one. The thing that separates homeowners who finish their remodel happy from homeowners who finish their remodel bankrupt and stressed out. You need a 20% contingency fund. I don't care how detailed your plans are. I don't care how good your contractor is. I don't care if you've accounted for every single thing you can think of. You're going to run into something that you didn't expect. And take that from a contractor who deals with this on a daily basis. And when you do, you're going to need the money to deal with it. I've never done a remodel where we didn't run into at least 1 or 2 surprises. And if you don't have the money set aside to handle that, you've got three options: go into debt, cut corners, or stop the project. And none of these options are good. So yeah, whatever your project budget, just add 20% and the money will be there. And if you've budgeted and everything goes a little bit better, then hey, you have some extra money after the project's over. That's the real budget breakdown for 2026. If this was helpful, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't already, grab that design kit in the description below. It's been good to start the new year off with you, talking about budgets, remodels, new construction, design, and Built by Becker is here for the rest of the year. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys want to hear on the next video. Thanks for watching Built by Becker.